welcome to this week's episode of Food from Fiction. We are going to do a Little House on the Prairie and cornbread muffins. I thought about doing a skillet cornbread outside, but it's cold and I hate the cold, so that's not happening. Right, so I have flour in a bowl, and now we're going to put cornmeal in. These ones are being flavored with cheddar cheese and jalapeno. So if you don't like those things, this is probably not for you. Alright, some sugar. Baking powder and salt. One of the really fun things about this program has been that it's been finally a reason to read so many different books that I've had on my reading list for years and years. Little House on the Prairie is one of them. So this was my first time reading it, and it was a really interesting book, delightful and charming, and I understand why so many people have loved it for such a long time, but it also, reading it as an adult, made me ask a lot of questions about, if that's really how the pioneer lifestyle was, why this book is still being read, like why it's not questioned more, just all sorts of big questions. So that was interesting. Okay, we have milk, an egg, and some butter next. Okay, well, our butter has solidified again, so we're gonna, one moment please. There, now our butter's melted again. Just gonna add that in. As I was just saying, one of the things I noticed and was questioning when I was reading Little House on the Prairie was that I was really curious all of a sudden about the pioneer, like is this how they actually built houses and stuff. So I'm excited to have something to research and learn about. All right, jalapeno, and then our cheese. And that's how easy it is to make cornbread with modern tools and ingredients available to us. As a kid, I was fortunate enough to go to schools that had a hands-on approach to history. So one of the things that often entails, especially in New Mexico, is that you learn how to grind corn, or how hard it was to flint knap and all these different things. And I can tell you that making cornmeal is not, that it's a labor intensive thing. So I am very grateful I live in the era that I do, where I can go to the store and just get pre-ground cornmeal. Okay, so then we're just gonna bake these for a little while, and really truly that's all there is to cornbread. One of the reasons it was highly favored by our pioneers, because it doesn't take the time or the extra care that like a normal yeasted bread would. So I will show you, I promise, what they look like when they're done. We have our muffins and they've been cooling a little while, so hopefully we can actually take them out of the pan. Maybe. Then again, maybe not. So the last thing I wanted to say about Little House on the Prairie is how surprising I found it that some of the big issues we talk about from that period are just not a non-entity in the book. And I understand that Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote Little House on the Prairie as, you know, this was what her life was like, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of discussion now about, you know, the push for westward expansion and a lot of the negative, not just the positive aspects that come out of this. And Little House on the Prairie is only, you know, a kind of a glorification of that. But maybe again that's just because it's a product of its time, and it's a book for children. But I was curious where this conversation was surrounding the book. So if you have an answer, awesome. If you don't, also great. Who doesn't love books that inspire thought, whether they're kids' books or adults' books? I think that's one of the great things about reading. So here is our beautiful cornbread muffin, and they taste good. I've actually made this before, so I knew it was going to be successful. Do you have a better cornbread recipe? Because I'm perpetually searching. This is the best one I've found so far. Let me know. Let me know what you think of Little House on the Prairie. I would like to have a conversation with somebody about this book, if you're willing. So reach out, let me know, and see you guys next time. It's Christmas week next week if you're watching these in order, and I'm going to hopefully pre-record something so you can have a Christmas book on Christmas with Christmas food. So hope you're having a nice week, stay warm, and see you at the library.